In this video, I will show you how you can move to France in 3 months. Obviously, if you're 25, you might be able just to move to France in 2 weeks, but later in life, there are more things to take into account. So obviously, this is high level, but I think that will give you a good indication of things that need to be done. So if we start with the month 1, there is declutter here as a first item. And why do I have declutter so early in the process? Well, the reason is it is a very physical process, but it's also a very emotional process. And sometimes it takes time to let go of things. And I don't believe in the process of just, deciding on the spot, yes, no, yes, no. Sometimes it just takes time. So this is why I believe this needs to start early. And I'm glad we have started early personally doing this, because there are a lot of things that to start with, I was thinking I will never let that go. And now after a few, weeks, I was, oh yes, that's fine. Why do I attach myself to this? If you live in a house or in an apartment and you have lived there for quite a while, you will realize that there's actually a lot of stuff that are in there. So it takes a lot of time. Then obviously you need to start thinking about selling the house if you have a house or an apartment, or if you rent, you need to give some notice. This is what we are doing now. We are actually selling our house. And then what I call financial planning is you need to obviously have a look at your finances, how you're going to live over there, assuming you're still working and you not sure if you'll have a job over there. So that's something, a bit of budgeting would help, taking into account the cost of living in France. In your new life, maybe the first question to ask yourself is, can you live there? Are you allowed to live there? Depending on the country where you're coming from, you probably need a visa of some sort if you want to live in France for a long period of time. And I believe that, maybe depending also on your age, sometimes they have some type of student visas, but you might not be able to get one. So that's something that you obviously need to have a look at. Where to move to in France? I have a video on this to give you some tips, but you obviously, unless you have something in mind already, you obviously need to spend a little bit of time thinking about this. So I'll give you the link of the video in the description. Analyzing the job market over there, so that's something to take into account. You might, have a job that needs to, that is more popular in the city, but you're moving the country. What are you going to do? Are you going able to work over there, or do you need to do another job maybe to get you started and after go back to your original job? All those questions need to be asked. And you need to understand also the impact from an admin point of view with health insurance. If you are later in life about retirement from the country you're living, or if you still plan to work a little bit the retirement of France, will you be able to have some of this? Now, in a month 2, doing things a little bit more concrete, we have to start thinking about remove lists. Remove lists take a while to take you from A to B if you're going by boat. So you have 2 options. Either you engage a removal list early, and therefore you'll be able to get your stuff earlier when you get over there, or you wait to the last minute because you absolutely need everything. The downside is you might have to wait, a few months until you get your stuff in France, but that could be a good thing, because if you don't have a long-term accommodation, as I suggest that you don't have a long-term accommodation to start with, it will give you time to find a long-term accommodation, and after your stuff will arrive right on time. So something else that I'm suggesting here in a new life is I was hinting on this, is that you only get a short-term accommodation to start with. You might love the place on the brochure, unless you have lived over there already and the place is fantastic. I really suggest that you have a short-term accommodation, and then once you're over there, you take a couple of weeks to check, yes, this is a place I really want to live in, and then you go for the long-term accommodation. Bearing in mind that in France it's not very easy to get out of contract. It's not impossible, but if you lock yourself into 6 to 12 months, I think they even prefer 12 months, rental, it'd be very difficult for you to get out of this. So if you want to buy a house, as it's our plan, also definitely. Now you also need to understand the impact of your country that you're living, obviously. So this is all the admin stuff. How is this going to work for your tax, for the retirement and all that? So this is something that you need to have a look at. All the privilege that you have. You need to start communicating and let people know as well. So for the farewells and the communication to friends and work and the likes, I have that in the month 2, not in the month 3, because it's quite emotional. And in the month 3, you'll be so busy that you might rush a bit your farewell. So start early, communicate to people, start to say the farewells, and then it will be much smoother in the last month of preparation. And then you obviously need to have a look at a plane. You need to book a plane or some types of transport, and obviously you need to tie that in with the accommodation. And the accommodation short term needs to be in sync with your plane, otherwise you might have to spend some time in some expensive hotel until your accommodation is available. So plan those two together. This is really recommended. So in a month 3, you close everything that you have. It's just, let's not even think about it. You just cancel all your utilities. You forward your mail. This is for 2 to 3 months until you're sure that there is no mail important that still goes to your address. And then your new life over there, what I call emotional soft landing is you need to maybe plan for coming back after 6 or 12 months. So once you're over there, if you feel a bit homesick, you have a fallback, and it's not forever, because sometimes this is what we feel. We feel, oh, we're going there forever. But no, it's still very possible to come back. Obviously, the difference is when you book your plane, you will book a one-way ticket, not a return. And then the culture and change of habits, depending on where you're going, unless you go from cities to city where you're probably going to be able to have the same habits, your habits will change. I'm sure that wherever you are now, you will have some habits that you do on weekend. You like to go there. During the week, you like to go there. So that will change. So investigate how you can replace those habits so you don't feel completely lost over there. Now, once you're over there, obviously, you've closed the one chapter, and it's obvious what you have to do over there. You just look for an accommodation long term. If you really like the place after 2 weeks, yes, this is definitely a place where I want to stay. So you look for an accommodation long term, and then you do all your settling in, which is very obvious. Get a job, a car, furniture, and our likes. Okay, so I hope that was useful. If you want to have a look at where to live in France, I'll give you the link of the video as mentioned. All the best.